My hip hurts.
Your hip hurts. You've already gotten that old, Edward?
Yeah, I'm old now. I'm already
That's not
going
good.
into like the 92s.
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 You're 92 years old in dog
1092.
years. Honestly. All those dog years are starting to catch up with you, Edward.
Yeah,
What have you
honestly. Too many dog years.
done? Oh, well.
At least it's not dog days.
Is that like Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
Yeah.
The reference?
Yeah.
I'm too uncultured to understand.
Uncultured swine.
I haven't caught up with my Wimpy Kid lore, unfortunately. So
Dude, I swear one of these days Matt Pat's gonna do a video on that.
probably.
I mean, it does sometimes feel like he's running out of ideas. I mean, it has like 20 years or whatever.
20 years. Has YouTube been around? No, not 20 years.
No. Well, YouTube was around like what, 2003?
I
5?
don't know. 2005. I want to say 2005.
All right.
But-
Google time.
Honestly, why am I over here guessing? We have the entire internet
power
in the
of-
palm of my hand. Power of the internet.
When did YouTube start?
So we're Googling it, and it started in
Drum roll, please. 2005.
2005. Ooh, see?
February.
February.
Here we are in front of the whatever those animals were.
What?
That's the first video ever uploaded to YouTube. It's one of the founders.
Oh, at the zoo or
Yeah.
something, right?
Here we are at the zoo in front of the,
Whatever those are.
and now it's just a website for peddling conspiracy theories.
That's among other things. And okay, so it's like 90% Cocomelon,
Uh-huh.
9% conspiracy theories, and 1% actual quality content.
Yeah, honestly.
Ever since Joe Rogan took his thing off, the percentage in conspiracy
gone
conspiracy
down.
theories has gone down. But you know,
Yeah.
it's on Spotify now. He interviewed Mr. Beast apparently too.
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh,
I haven't seen that one, but
interesting.
I wonder what. I mean, obviously that one probably got millions and millions of views on Spotify.
because
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Come on, like
Yeah.
all the kids watching him, plus all the Joe Rogan fans are like, "Wow, this is
all the
interesting."
kids watching Joe Rogan.
It's also true. Can't forget about the babies watching Joe Rogan going,
Exactly.
I can't eat nothing but red meat now, Mom. It's like, shut
I
the
need
fuck
elk
up.
meat.
Shut up, Braydalin. You're gonna be, you're gonna eat your Beyond Tofu and you're gonna like it. Liberals. So-
Goddamn fucking. What are you, fucking liberal?
Honestly,
Goddamn. Oh, dude, like every time I see like a liberal, like I have a clip of Vosh like screaming, what are you, fucking liberal? Like just the best fucking like
screaming at them,
screaming from like the depths, like anger that no one has ever seen before.
primal rage.
Exactly. Just like, what are you, fucking liberal?
No, dude, like at work, I was like,
So good.
this guy comes in, right? And so right now, the mask mandate is technically over. It's now suggested. It's no longer mandatory, right? This is a few weeks ago when it was still mandatory. Guy comes into the store. He's got no mask on. He's like buying something. And I was like, oh, do you want a bag? He was like, oh, do you guys charge for bags? And I was like, yeah, it's 10 cents. And he was like, oh, in Texas, they don't charge for bags. And I was like,
They can go to fucking
no, I'm not even joking. I actually told him, I was like, yeah, didn't the grid just freeze in Texas? And he was just like, And I'm like, of course. Yeah, that's right. Walk away. Grunt and walk away, bitch. Like, I actually, dude, I'm so, like,
that's so satisfying.
it was satisfying, but I was fucking scared because I was like, ah, shit, like, is this guy going to say something? But, you know, I was like, all the adrenaline in me was, I was like, didn't the grid just freeze in Texas? And I'm like, and then he leaves, and I'm like, my drink of water. My sip of water.
Like the Key and Peele like sketch with like the sweat coming down. Like,
yeah, afterwards, and I'm like, oh, I hope it doesn't say anything to manager or anything, you know, like to the store.
It's like, wait,
but it's,
I
mean,
am the manager.
No, but that's the other thing. That's the beautiful thing about it. I didn't insult him. I merely stated a fact, and I posed it as a question. I went, didn't it just freeze? Because it did. That's literally what happened.
Yeah.
I didn't say, you're a fucking bumpkin moron who probably wants to go fuck his cousin from Alabama. Go back to Texas, you piece of shit. Although I would have liked to.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a very appropriate response.
Exactly.
Honestly.
And
If you see someone from Texas, you just tell them that, and then they'll go back. It's like the instant. It's like returning your Pokemon to your Pokeball. It's just instant.
It's like Hughes roar. Californian Hughes roar. Texan. Gone. Back to your oil fields and your outdated grid. Oof. Outdated and disconnected from the mainframe electrical grid.
And how do you call it? Expensive.
Yeah.
Expensive grade.
Mr. Oh, if Texas seceded, they'd be able to do whatever they wanted. Like if Texas seceded, they'd be crying every few months for
Yeah.
like, we need humanitarian aid. It's too hot over here. We need
It's too
humanitarian
cold.
aid. It's too cold over here. And Ted Cruz went to Cancun again. What are we gonna do? Like he's over there banging some Mexican hookers. Like what are we gonna do? And he's like, well, guys, sorry, that's how it goes.
It's a family trip. I'm a family person.
Cancun prices are looking pretty low right now. So how's that for everyone? And everyone's like, it's not fucking funny, man.
If your house freezes over, just sell it and move.
Exactly. See? Fucking idiots. Why don't you just
Yeah,
think of that?
exactly.
If it's cold, just fucking move. Pull up your
Yeah.
bootstraps. Put all that money you have diligently saved away because the crushing weight of capitalism has not gotten to you yet. And move. Where are you going to move to? Mississippi. The super cheap
Exactly.
place. Sure, there are a couple of racists, but it's Texas. You're used to it already.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
You lived in Texas
There's
before.
someone fucking their cousin on the street corner. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Don't worry
Remember,
about it.
it's legal to marry your first cousin in like 30-something states.
True. That's
So-
okay. Low-key, that's kind of weird. Not gonna lie. Most of history, it's been okay to marry your first cousin.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. All you British people, British,
All
the British people that can't even speak their own
I
fucking
should say
language.
white history. I don't know about other
Honestly,
histories
well,
in that
yeah,
department.
that's true. Because like if you think about like Aztecs and stuff, they would take like the most beautiful women from different tribes.
Yeah.
And presumably, I want to assume different tribes are different families and stuff like that. But then they become one tribe and become one family. But who knows what happens after that?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Realistically.
Who knows?
Because who knows if
I'm specifically speaking about white history.
yeah, a lot,
It's been perfectly okay to marry your first cousin.
a lot of white history is just a bunch of
Like
history
Judy
inbreeding.
Giuliani.
Huh?
Judy Giuliani, the 9/11 mayor.
Giuliani.
Yeah.
Rudy Giuliani. Yeah, you did a
Oh, Julie
fuck. A spoonerism. That's what it's called.
Spoonerism.
It's called a spoonerism.
I like spooning.
It's called a spoonerism when you flip the words by even by accident or on purpose. Like when they say, "Oh, it's
Julie Rooney.
yeah." Basically, I can't
Yeah.
think of anything because you
Yeah.
already said
Yeah.
it. Like you know,
It's
it's like it's a good podcast. It's a put podcast.
Sandres Andoval.
Yeah, that doesn't really work.
Yeah.
It works better with consonants. That's why.
Oh.
So like, okay, wait, like Star Wars, the War Stars,
Yeah.
technically still makes sense.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
still makes sense.
War stars. Wait.
Wait.
No.
I'm an idiot. It's the same. It's the same forward and backward. I'm a fucking moron. Okay. I think that's enough.
That's
for
enough
today.
broke till Friday.
And remember, everybody, to like, subscribe, hit
we
that.
shouldn't have had those
like
2
button.
bottles of vodka.
Subscribe.
Starts like dying and drowning.
Throws up.
Yeah.
Vomits violently everywhere. So yeah, remember to like, subscribe, follow the Instagram, follow
Yeah.
the email us any questions you guys might have. Broke till Friday podcast
Send
at
us-
gmail.com.
Oh, I was gonna do the same thing that John Oliver did on that one thing.
What?
He was like, "Send us your seed."
Send us your sperm samples to this P.O. Box 2752 California 90255. Thank you very much, everybody. Send us your seed, and then we'll keep using it to glisten into some toothpaste right there.
Yeah. Some
Homemade toothpaste.
some MLM toothpaste.
Ain't that some?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Anyways,
you went skiing.
I went skiing.
I heard. I heard.
I
So it
like
goes.
I don't know. I can't move my hip.
Can't
Like-
move.
like
you gotta
the
get a
day
new hip,
after?
Grandpa.
Honestly, at this point, like shoot, I was gonna say something else about something else, but then I forgot. I lost my. We derailed so far that I completely forgot what I was gonna
The
say.
train has left the station
Yeah.
years ago.
Yes.
Skiing.
Skiing. How to go? Anyways, yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Where'd you go skiing?
Lake Tahoe. Lake Tajon.
Where's that? It's up here, or is
no,
it like?
it's like up north because we went like to work, and I was like, why not?
Fuck it. Let's start
Bad
skiing.
mistake. Yeah, bad mistake.
How many times did you fall?
Like 1.5 billion.
Jesus. So okay, you've gone ice skating before, right?
Yeah,
Like when
That's
Boy
so
Scouts and
much
stuff?
easier.
Okay. That's what I was gonna say. Like, is it comparable? But
No.
it's like it's way easier. Like, what? Why do you think it's easier to ice skate with small skates than it is to ski with those long ass ones? Or is it because of just the weight of those things?
One sciencey word: velocity.
Velocity.
Yeah.
You were going too fast.
Too fast. Like you're like going on skis, and like I was okay. So they call it like the pizza.
Mm-hmm.
it's like you do like this, and it's like how you go slow. Slow. I feel like I was going like 40 miles an hour down the
Because
hill.
you were going parallel.
Yeah, if you go parallel, you go like
Fast as you can,
as fast as you can. If you go like the pizza, it's called French fries pizza, and the pizza you kind of go down a little bit slower. But then it's also like really hard to keep your leg in that position.
Because you got to be holding.
Because you got to hold the position,
and then you naturally
as you're
relax,
going.
and then you go.
Yeah,
"Ah!"
and then you start
You're
like,
dead.
oh, dude, my legs are getting tired.
And then you're like, oh no, this isn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
Why'd you take
Just
the
go
double
turbo.
black diamond, man? You should have gone down
Dang.
double black diamond.
Yeah, no.
What are the baby ones called?
And then when you, I have no idea.
Oh, I just know like double black diamond is like the worst one.
Yeah, I know that too from I don't know what I think
Some fucking
Scooby-Doo?
TV show. Yeah, TV show. Movie. I don't know.
Some TV show.
shit.
I don't know. But how do you call it? When you fall too, like I was expecting it to hurt a lot more in the moment, but it doesn't. It hurts after.
Yeah, because your muscles are all sore and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like I legitimately wasn't able to like really walk. Like yesterday, like up to yesterday, I was just penguin walking. Like when I walk, like I went to go see the Batman yesterday.
Oh.
And when to and from the theater, I was just like penguin walking, like
Limping along the entire time.
Yeah, like I'm going upstairs.
Mhm.
Is oh my god, my hip,
Too
my
much.
hip just it hurts.
Your neck, your back, your pussy, your crack, all of it.
All
man.
of it, all of it, the whole 9 yards, every single corner, inch, and scrape.
Honestly,
Pain. Anyways,
penguin walking and then
penguin walking. No, yeah, but the other thing about skiing is like the hardest part is on like I was exhausted after. It was like a 2-day workout, just going like those couple of hours skiing, and the hardest part, honestly, getting up when you fall. That takes more energy than actually skiing.
Oh, I guess because like the legs are like it's not like you can just be like, okay, I'm back up. It's like you
Yeah.
got these huge ass things on your feet, and you're like, turn, and
Yeah, apparently like there's like some like way to get up properly. Like you like put your feet like sideways like that, and then you tip over onto the skis. But the issue with that is that I'm an idiot. So so I couldn't figure out how to do that. So every time I had to like unhook the skis, like take the skis off, get up, put it back on,
Oh,
and then go. Oh, dude.
terrible.
The pain.
The pain.
Yeah.
Speaking of penguin walking, though, that was pretty funny when they made him penguin walk in the Batman. Huh?
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, that was so hilarious.
Spoiler alert, everybody!
Spoilers.
The Batman.
We're starting with the spoilers now.
The Batman review. Okay. First off, what do you give it out of 10?
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. That's perfect. Okay.
It's so close to what I like. Okay, it's so close to two things that I desperately desire. One is like what we talked about before. Red Panda's idea of what a Batman film should be from the eyes of like a goon, where it's like he's literally like a mythological figure because no one knows what.
The
Yeah.
fear.
Yeah, he's the fear, the shadows.
Those first like 10 minutes are so good and so important to showing you who the Batman's going to be. Because it's only like you're 2 years into it. He's still a rookie. He's going to make mistakes. But
Like when he fell off the bridge, he crashed into the bridge.
yeah, when he mistimed it.
Yeah, he
he
mistimed the bus.
miscalculated it, and then he
Yeah.
fucking smacked himself and stuff. We're like, wow, he's going to do a cleanest game. And then just fucking rolled.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he just goes, and he's like,
But he's still the Batman. He just gets up and starts.
he's fucking Batman waddles away.
Yeah.
But those first 10 minutes are so crucial to seeing like he's only 2 years in, but he's already that scary, that mythological, like you said. Like he's like in his little voiceover, he's like, I can't be everywhere at once, but yet he still is.
Yeah.
Once you see the villains or like the fucking petty criminals see that
Petty
sign
criminals.
go up, and they're like, and they look towards the shadow, and it's like, is he gonna come out of here? Like I don't fucking know. And then they hear like a. And they're like, oh shit, run away, run away. It's him.
Fuck.
And then it turns, and then you're at the bank, and then he's like spray painting, and then they see the sign. They see a dark corner, a shadow. He is the living embodiment of the night and the shadows. And then nothing comes out, but he still hears another, and just a creak,
dips,
a crack,
fucking dips,
runs away.
runs away.
And then finally at the end, they're like, man, is he even going to really come out here? I don't know. But you also realize only one of the goons actually saw a sign, and he's the one who's really scared.
Yeah.
Because when he walked out, and everyone's like, Psh, what are you supposed to be? And he's like, I'm vengeance. And then he starts just fucking beating the shit out of him.
Oh.
Did they deserve to get slammed in their faces?
Probably not that hard.
Debatable, but was it satisfying to watch?
Oh yes.
Because I mean, it's like he's teaching these punks, whatever.
Jolly good lesson.
Yeah, put him up, old chap. I will teach you an old lesson in tomfoolery. Now remember, strike at the throat. Pah! Discombobulate. Every time. It's gotta go back. It's gotta go back. God, imagine Batman rolling up to you in a British accent. Right as you hear discombobulate. when you're a fat fighter, when you're a bulked up fighter and you hear a man in a British accent say discombobulate. That's the real fear to strike into people's hearts. Now remember. Discombobulate.
You kind of caught me off guard with that.
That's perfect. That's what comedy is, subverting expectations.
Oh man, I'm too fat to laugh that hard.
I'm gonna blow a kidney. You're gonna double over and then your stomach's gonna just a pop they're gonna hear on the side. That's a good one.
Kidney bunch.
The kidney bunch?
Yeah.
Discombobulate. See? It's perfect. It works in every scenario.
There we go.
Ponder that scenario, if you will. So, he becomes the living embodiment of the night in just those first 10 minutes, which sets the stage perfectly for you to see this cinematic masterpiece. I would consider it an 8 out of 10 because of, you're going to hate me for this, rewatchability. Because it's a very good movie, right? It's a very good movie, good action sequences and everything. But I still think The Dark Knight is above it because in terms of rewatchability, I can enjoy the entire thing and being like, oh, the Joker, he's such a good character and stuff like that. And like, watching the whole mismatch, even though I know in the end he's going to lose and stuff like that, it's still satisfying to watch. Whereas in this one, it does it hinges a little more on the mystery and the detective aspect of it, because he is Detective Batman in that one, as opposed to The Dark Knight where he's just kind of beating the shit out of everyone to get what he needs, which he goes bah, and he slams him down, and then he's like, oh, what's he gonna do? And he's like, oh, he's gonna hit me, come on, hit me. And you're like, wow, he's crazy, that's cool. But this Batman is like, I saw this piece from like 1972, something, and that basically means that he was doing this and doing that. But it's a little more like because he loses in the end of the movie, but Riddler doesn't win.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Because if Riddler had won, Batman would have listened to him. And, because Riddler was crazy under the assumption that he's like, oh, you'll join me. You're just like me. You'll listen to what I say. He's like, you're insane. I'm nothing like you. And then he's like, no, I want you to be like me. No, Bat Daddy, please. And then he just starts crying like a bitch, right? So remember, Batman loses, but Riddler doesn't necessarily win. Yeah. Because Batman still goes out.
They both lost, kinda.
And then, they both basically kind of lose, but Batman is still able to win in the sense that he's redeeming himself in front of everyone. Everyone's like, oh my God, he's going to kill us all. Like, because remember, in those same 10 minutes at the beginning, the guy that was getting assaulted was also like, please don't hit me, please don't kill me, because he thinks Batman's just going to
beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he's just a psycho running around beating up people, but it's like, he's vengeance. He's just at the beginning.
He's figuring out what he actually needs to be. He at the start he thought he needed to be one thing, and now he knows he needs to be something else.
Exactly, because at the beginning of the movie, he's like, I think he needs to be vengeance, but he doesn't need to be vengeance. He needs to be like a symbol of hope, and then he puts on the Superman chest and
there you go.
Flies away into the sunlight.
Exactly, he becomes Superman.
Exactly, but
Batman v Superman.
Exactly,
and it's just him in his own like head like fighting.
Yeah, and he's like, Mr. Wayne, take your schizo pills. Batman. So I'm gonna get them all. And he's just strapped up in Arkham Asylum.
I feel like there's an actual character like that.
Who's fighting people in his head?
No. Well, yes, but that's like every character in there. But I mean, no, someone who's like who's like schizo, but like his schizo is like a
superpower or something.
Yeah, it's like he's able to like use the different heroes' abilities. It's like someone from the future, I think.
No, I don't know enough, but
it was like there was like a museum or something, and he got like electrocuted and he absorbed all the powers, but he like also absorbed like personality or something like that. I don't remember the story too clearly, and so now he's like fucking billion people in his head,
and they won't go.
Yeah.
So
Bless you.
so they so you know, the movie does show how he turns from like the beginning, inexperienced. I'm vengeance. I gotta take vengeance. And at the end, where he's like, okay, I'm gonna help these people so they can see and not be afraid of me, because if the city goes to shit, which it's, you know, they basically already saying it's going to shit, he needs to be there to help people so that people can have faith in him, and so people won't be afraid when they're like, oh, it's Batman's here to help me, you know, like, because I'm not doing anything wrong, you know. He's not gonna beat you up for tax evasion or whatever, but you know, if you're getting mugged, you can maybe have that glimmer of hope of like, oh my god, like Batman, he's right around the corner. And then the thugs will still have that fear of Batman, he's right around the corner, you know. Two different perspectives of like the populace. But I think it was a little long. You know, 3 hours, almost 3 hours. It was like 2.5, 2:38, something like that. It was really long. And like, did we really need that whole end scene of like him and
Joker?
Batgirl? No, sorry. Him and Catwoman like driving with each other and being like do 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 do, and then driving apart, and he's like do 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 do, you know, like I feel like it could have been the same if they'd just been like, come with me. He's like, I can't, and then you fool, and then they just leave.
Yeah,
maybe
like
that would have been.
We probably didn't need the motorcycle ride. That's the part.
Yeah,
probably didn't. But it does help contextualize Batman, because from what I saw, this is based off of like a couple of different stories. It's based off of like the Long Halloween, the 2-part movie that came out a while back, and like Hush and stuff, where like the Riddler's like the main bad guy.
And Year One.
And Year One, yeah, because that it's like Year One, Hush, and the Long Halloween. Because like it's basically honestly, this story is basically just a retelling of the Long Halloween, if we're being honest, with like no, actually, just basically like a different retelling of the Long Halloween from what I remember. Because that one deals with all this. Like even like at the end where Batman is holding a Falcone in his arms, like while Falcone's dying.
Yeah.
That's from the Long Halloween too. Except in the Long Halloween, like Batman is like, yeah, I'm Bruce.
Oh, well, I mean, I was like, because they're not gonna just be like, oh, it's me, you know, at the end of the first movie.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah. No, also because like I knew they weren't gonna go that route because he's in public. Like in the Long Halloween, it was just him and Falcone and Catwoman.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. It was just them three, and like, you know, Catwoman is Falcone's daughter, so.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm pretty sure that was in the Long Halloween too.
Yeah. I don't. I'll be honest, I haven't read it. Bad fan. I thought that was a comic.
It's a movie. No, it's a 2-part movie.
Oh.
Long Halloween Part 1, Long Halloween Part 2. It's an animated movie. It's in the new
the DC universe.
The new DCU.
Huh. Well, gotta watch that later.
With like Man of Tomorrow, I think. Yeah.
Gotta watch it.
Yeah, no, it's really good. It's really good. It's longer than the Batman, of course.
It's 2 movies.
Because it's 2 movies. It's 2 2-hour movies.
Yeah.
But it's basically like a similar story, and he has to do detective work, and like Riddler's like the main bad guy, I think. Yeah.
I mean, okay, Paul Dano as Riddler though was awesome.
That's like, okay, honestly, that's how Riddler's supposed to look. He's supposed to look like kind of nerdy, like that.
Yeah. And it's like he's like that was really cool how he was so menacing to everyone. They're like, oh my god, who's this psycho? And then at the end he's like, thank you everybody for liking and subscribing, it means a lot to me, you guys. And all the crazy people in the chat are like, whoa, like I can't wait to shoot up like this fucking school or the gym,
yeah,
where no, it was a fucking
garden.
No, not garden. I'm thinking gymnasium because of sports, but it's a fucking
convention center?
Stadium. Yeah, stadium.
But they call it the garden, the square garden.
Yeah,
in the film.
Gotham Square Garden. Oh yeah, basically stadium then. But yeah,
basically stadium.
Their little shelter place.
Yeah, but see, the reason, because of that, I'm like, I don't know. I like, even while watching the film, it's like, I don't know if it's because I've watched The Long Halloween that I think it has like immense rewatchability, because I think both of these films, like both The Long Halloween and the Batman, have like rewatchability more so than The Dark Knight, to be honest. In my opinion, and this is what I was thinking. This is what I wanted to come onto the podcast, like guns blazing.
Yeah.
Because this is what I was thinking about while I was watching. Because when we filmed the ghost hunting one, we were talking about it, and you said there wasn't much rewatchability, and I was like, oh, okay, you know,
we'll see what it's like.
Yeah, we'll see what it's like. And I'm watching it, and like halfway through, like when like I think 2 scenes before two sequences before Falcone dies.
Mhm.
I was like, I don't know if this isn't rewatchable. Like, I kind of already want to start it again and watch it from the beginning.
Well, no. That's what I said. I'm not saying it's not rewatchable, but in terms of rewatchability, I do think The Dark Knight holds up better.
Maybe it's just because I don't like The Dark Knight. Maybe that's why.
Why don't you like The Dark Knight? You're crazy. Get out of here.
It's not. I don't. Okay, I think it's a good film. I don't think it's a good Batman film.
I mean,
And it's like if I wanted to watch an action film, I just watch like I don't know,
that's
like Crank.
I guess so. But okay, because remember, it's not Detective Batman, but he's still able to outwit the Joker and stuff like that at the end. He's able
Barely.
to out detectivize the Joker at the
And
end.
he doesn't.
Yeah,
No, because Harvey Dent if Harvey Dent falls, that was the whole point of the film. That
but
Batman
he didn't
failed.
realize that. That's the thing.
That's why.
it.
That's why he failed. That was the whole point of the film. That he failed. He failed to stop the Joker. He didn't
Sure, and then
outwit
other
the
lady
Joker.
died,
Yeah,
too.
the lady died, and Harvey
Yeah.
Dent fell. The White Knight of Gotham, Harvey Dent, fell and became Two-Face. That was Joker's whole plan,
Yes.
basically, to get one over on the Bat. Joker didn't care about winning in like oh yes, I'm going to spread chaos. He wanted to win an ideological war. The fact that no matter how good someone is, they can always become bad. And Batman thought Joker was trying to convert him, but no, it turns out that Batman was basically too self-absorbed to realize that it wasn't about him; it was about Harvey Dent.
I guess so. Yeah. But that's
Like
that's
how in
another
this
thing.
one.
I was gonna say that's an
Batman.
inexperienced Batman.
Yeah.
That's why that's a good one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in the third one,
But it doesn't make sense with Christian Bale because he's already kind of experienced in that one. It makes sense in this one because this is his second year.
well, I wouldn't say as experienced because he only became Batman for like 5 years, like hypothetically, like less than 5 years in total, because he wasn't all like grizzled and old and stuff. Because remember,
True.
he became the Batman in Batman Begins, and
Yeah.
that was like, let's say 3 years beforehand. So if we assume they're like 2 years ahead or whatever, right? Whatever timeline they're on. I don't know what the
I don't know what the
timeline
universe
is.
thing is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been Batman for like a while
That's
yet.
true. That's true. That's true. It
So
just seems like he's more experienced.
But so that's the
Yeah.
thing. He thinks he's right in his methods. So which is why he gets a Chinese guy, beats him up, threatens him, and then he's able to get like, oh, okay, now they can talk and find out who Joker is and do this and that. But he gets distracted because he like I said, because he thinks he's right in his methods, he gets distracted, and then, you kind of see that in the third movie, how it's like he comes in too cocky, he gets his back cracked,
Yeah.
and then he fucking has to recoup, and then at the end he's like, okay, I'm gonna give myself up because that's like who Batman. I'm gonna sacrifice myself. That's who Batman should be. So like a symbol, blah blah. And then obviously he doesn't die at the end, but
Yeah.
it's the symbolism in it where everyone's like, oh my god, Batman died, like he was our hope, but he's still able to defeat the bad guys at the end through self-sacrifice, which I don't think he would have done it in The Dark Knight, because remember, he told him to choose between two people and he chose wrong. So he was selfish, and instead of choosing like Harvey, he chose like the lady and stuff like that. And she still died. And she still died.
Yeah, she still died.
Dead.
I don't. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But
I don't think it has more rewatchability than the Batman.
I like it a lot though because of the Joker.
The Joker.
That's why it's like it's not a Batman movie. This is the Joker's movie.
Yeah,
He's
I'll
controlling
admit that.
everything.
I'll admit that. Yeah.
Even the beginning sequence is perfect, where you're like, he's like, who are you supposed to kill? I don't kill you. I'm supposed to kill a bus driver. He's like, the bus driver, and then they're shifting slightly, and he gets hit by the bus because he timed it perfectly. Because he's like, oh well, and then he's like, what happened to the other guys? Pow! And then just gone.
Yeah,
and
just
it's
gone.
like perfect and cinematography and
Everything is good.
everything.
That's why I say
Takes
it's like
off
a
the
good
mask,
film.
and
It's a
then-
good film. I just don't think it's a good Batman film. And so if I want to watch something Batman, like okay, look,
Okay,
I've come up against like this before.
This is the most Batman movie we've seen.
Yes,
this
is
the most
Batman movie.
we've seen.
The only thing missing from this, it's because there's two areas where Batman really shines. Like when you're talking about like Batman and not just like the universe.
His parents getting shot and beating up minorities.
Exactly.
And we didn't see either
Honestly.
of those two in the movie. 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. You got to at least beat one minority.
Exactly.
Well, he did beat one minority.
Bing! He beat up a minority.
Bingo. Batman
right.
beat up a minority.
5 out of 10. 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
We can't give you a full score without
No, yeah.
seeing your parents get shot on screen. Okay?
Exactly,
To
exactly.
slow haunting music, and then bats rise up
With like beads.
flying. The
everywhere.
pearls
Yeah, the
flying.
pearls.
The gun and the.
How do you call it? Oh no! In the Long Halloween, it turns out Riddler wasn't the main bad guy.
It was Two-Face, wasn't there, or something?
No, they were both a part of it, I think.
Okay.
But it was.
I remember seeing him on the cover. That's what I was like.
Yeah, there was because it was like with the mob, like with this one, it was all about the mob. I think it was like someone who left, changed her name. It was basically like a daughter of Falcone, I think, or someone like that. I don't know. It was weird. I don't remember it right now. I should rewatch it, honestly. But like it's because this came up like when I was because I've watched it multiple times, right? And one of the times when I watched it, I was actually trying to decide like, oh, should I give the Nolan trilogy another watch, or should I watch the Long Halloween?
You should give it another watch.
I went with the Long Halloween.
Maybe
It's not. I don't know. At least to me, it's not. It doesn't speak to me. It's like I like the first. I still remember the first time I watched Batman Begins. I had like a DVD of it. Put it into computer. I fell asleep like a quarter of the way in. It was just so boring. It was so boring. Like it's just. Oh my god. No. And like now I'm like when I saw it like a while back, like afterwards, right? My not first viewing, I watched it and I was like, okay, it's fine. And then I watched The Dark Knight. I feel like The Dark Knight Rises, The Dark Knight Rises, the middle one, the one with the Joker, is the best one of the three.
No. Dark Knight Rises is the last one.
Oh, the last one?
Yeah, because it's Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, so okay, so The Dark Knight, the Joker one, basically.
Yes.
That one.
Joker
It's the
brain.
best one, and it's because of the Joker. I feel like the films. I feel like you can tell that movie is good because of the Joker. Because the other two films with Bat Bale, I don't think they hold up anywhere near as good as the center one. Like not compared to other Batman films. Leaving the Batman out of it, just compared within its own trilogy, they do not hold up as well as compared to The Dark Knight.
I think it goes. Okay, so I would say it like this. It'd be number 2, number 1, and then number 3. Because number 3 is like, I don't want to say an obvious drop off in quality, but like, come on, man, you couldn't get us a Mexican Bane or something, or like
anything.
You can throw us a bone over here in the minorities, but like the number 1 is really good
Any
too. With
Hispanic, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, with like Scarecrow and him getting into like learning how to be Batman, that was pretty good. Like I liked Scarecrow. That was a good one.
That was okay. I don't know. Maybe I also just didn't really like. I don't know. Those 1 and 3. I agree with your order placement.
2, 1, 3.
2, 1, 3. But I still feel like the bridge between 1 and 3 is shorter than the bridge between 2 and 1. Like
in terms of quality.
In terms of quality, like 2 is so much better than 1 that
it's like number 2, number 1, number 3.
Yeah, exactly. That's honestly how I feel like it. Yeah, yeah. It's. I don't know, and so like, and I see, and then I watched the Dark Knight, right, and I'm just like, this is the best film of the 3, and it's just not a particularly good Batman film to me. It's not what I watch Batman for. And then like I remember you telling me that part of the reason the rewatchability was bad is because it's detective. It's like kind of like a whodunit style type thing.
It's like a mystery, and I'm like,
there. Aside from like what exactly Riddler's plan is going to be, there's not much mystery in the film.
Yeah, because he's trying to like solve the case by like looking at like the dried blood there, and then what does this mean? And then the dried blood leads him to the little chisel, which he then opens up to see the master plan. Yeah. But I had no fucking idea what was.
Really?
How could you know what the master plan was?
No, well, the specifics of the master plan isn't there, but like the overall thing is, it's not really. I don't know. It's just not what I would think is a whodunit.
It's not a whodunit as much as a what's his next move, and he unknowingly leads Riddler to him, and he's like, "You've been playing along with my game. Like this is what we're meant for." He's like, "Wait a minute." Like, that's the plot twist. He's been playing along with his game the entire time and didn't even realize it. You get me? Because he thinks he's trying to solve something, but he's just leading Riddler to where Riddler needs to go next.
Yeah. No,
or
but
whoever
like,
Riddler needs to kill next.
But I feel like that was obvious, no?
I mean, by the end,
No,
yeah.
no. By the time like he opened up the thing, because I didn't get fooled when they were trying, because like I kind of noticed it, that it was kind of obvious that the obviously they revealed it later that that Bruce thought that the Riddler knew who he was.
Oh, yeah.
Thought
Okay,
Riddler
okay.
knew, but
That was
didn't
cool.
fool me.
No, that was cool, but ambiguous. But it's still obvious because he addresses the letter to Bruce Wayne, and the package. Sorry,
Yeah,
to
the
Bruce
package.
Wayne, but the letter to Batman, which
Yeah.
means he didn't know that he
Yeah,
was Batman.
yeah.
Even though it's like that was a cool scene, seeing him be like Bruce Wayne, and he's like, and then Bruce Wayne, he's the one that got away,
And
then
he
you're
gets
like,
more and more confident. He's like,
he's like, okay, you don't know who I am.
Yeah.
That was a cool tense scene because you didn't really know whether he was gonna say, I know you're Bruce Wayne, but then when he finally says what he says, then you go, oh, okay, he wasn't, and you can kind of connect the dots because some people are trying to claim it's an ambiguous scene because you don't know whether or not he really knows, but it's not ambiguous
No.
because, like I said, the package was addressed to Bruce Wayne, but the letter was addressed to Batman. So if he wanted Bruce Wayne to die, he didn't know that he was Batman.
yeah. Well, also, I mean, he wanted Bruce Wayne to die, right?
Yeah.
Why would he try to save the Batman? Because like in that scene, he says like, oh, we can watch the whole thing from out here. We'll be so safe from in here.
Exactly.
Nothing will happen to us in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he wanted to kill Bruce Wayne and he knew Bruce Wayne was the Batman, why would he do that?
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. Some people.
No,
claim.
I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of like saying that like I don't know, like police procedurals or something don't have rewatchability, or like don't have as much rewatchability as the Dark Knight. Because like the Batman, I feel like it's less what done it or who done it, and more of like a police procedural type movie. Like it's like a mix of both, and I don't know. I just feel like, at least to me, that has more rewatchability than shit. I keep moving this cable because my hip is fucking hurting.
Jesus. We'll get your replacement soon.
Yeah, soon. Gotta extract it. Get a bio hip. Start.
Carbon fiber one.
Exactly. It pulls out like a little pistol.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I said I don't know like 3 billion times, but
I don't know.
I don't know. I think the Batman is a better film than the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
It's okay, because like I was saying, it is really close to two of the things I've always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel, and the first one is like, oh, almost so close, and the second one is like, okay, this seems like it's like a promise of what's to come.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is like what I said before, like, oh, from the perspective of the goons. I wanted a whole, like, what I ideally would want is like a whole film from the goons' perspective of Batman. So like you kind of don't even like notice Bruce or anything. Like Bruce really isn't in the film.
You just see a huge monster swinging by and beating you up because you would need money for some groceries.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you're trying to like
or meth or whatever.
Yeah. You're like, oh man, I can finally give my grandma her medicine, and then just Batman just
honestly
beats the shit out of you. Yeah. And you don't even know what happened. You just like wake up with claw marks, and you're like, oh shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then like, and if you mix that with like, and I think the best villain for that would be Man-Bat.
Yeah, because then you could mix them up.
Yeah.
And then you could be like, Man-Bat, like the Batman is attacking people and with fangs and bite marks, and then Batman's like, what the fuck? And then it's like, Man-Bat, and you don't, and like, let's say they could even do the whole like, in the beginning they're scared of Batman, but it turns out it was Man-Bat attacking them all along.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, and they're like, put the pieces together. And
yeah,
like, you know,
exactly.
Would he really bite you, or he's like, I got stabbed by the Batman. It's like, stabbed by the Batman. That doesn't sound like him, you know? Like, but then it's just Man-Bat's claws.
And like Jim Gordon knows, and like you can kind of see he's like,
he hears
a full bat, huh? Yeah, and like you'd see more Jim Gordon, less of Batman. Like you wouldn't really know, and you wouldn't realize, you wouldn't know where in the era this is, so you wouldn't be able to tell like from the goon's perspective, because the goon wouldn't know, right?
No.
If Jim Gordon's already working with the Batman, or if he's still like hunting him because he, it's just a random thing.
Random vigilante.
Yeah, just like a random vigilante. Yeah, so like that would be my perfect film. And this one gets so close to that, and I'm just like, spaghetti. And then the second thing, although to be fair, I don't think the Goon one would have a lot of rewatchability, especially not when compared to like the Batman or the Dark Knight.
Yeah. Unless you like seeing minorities get beat up.
Yeah.
Which in case Republicans fund this right now.
Right now.
Right this instant.
And then the second one, where Batman really shines as well, where like which feels like what this movie's like eventually leading into with whatever movies they bring out next, is what's it called? It's the Bat Fam. Like when Batman is kind of like starts becoming a pseudo side character in his own story to like Robin, Nightwing, Damian, Duke, all of them. I think, is it Cassidy? No. Cassandra, whatever her name is, I forget them. Or
So many
Oracle.
bats, so little
Yes,
time.
so exactly. There's like it's literally like a whole family at this point, just like a bunch of orphans.
Honest, a family of orphans, and it's not Shazam. Not this time, at least.
Not this time. No, I'm just imagining like the Shazam team and like and the Bat Fam like meeting up and bonding over just being orphans.
Honestly, like, my parents died. My parents died too. Oh my god. We're gonna be besties. And then they're like, my parents were brutally murdered in front of me. And they're like, mine just dropped me off at a doorstep, and she doesn't love me, but she's still alive. And he's like, really, Billy?
Really?
That's really like that. You know, remember
Yeah.
she was like, oh, okay, who are you? You're my son. Oh, okay.
Fuck off.
You done? You done? You done? You want money? I don't know. What do you want? Like,
Yeah.
and I guess in some terms that's more fucked up because
low-key.
she's still alive, but she doesn't give a shit. But obviously, if like let's say Martha was like still alive, they'd be like, "Oh my god, my little Bruce boy" or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If they survive getting shot, but it's fucked up. And they also alluded to how she's an Arkham. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
She was part of the Arkham family, and it's like the Arkham family and blah blah blah, and how she's like a little crazy. And shit.
No, cray.
He's like, I didn't want everyone to know she was insane. So that's good. At least they put it.
Okay, the one thing that I know that I overanalyzed was when that part happened. I was like, wait, in the joke. Oh wait, I was like thinking like, oh, in the Joker. But then like obviously like I was like thinking, oh, like in the Joker, like Martha supposedly went to the asylum too with Joker's mom. Or whatever, or Joker's mom was also in the asylum, and I was like trying to like conspiracy theory my way.
Is she hypothetically Joker's mother and stuff?
Yeah,
Who knows?
who knows? But
Well, Joker's about the same age as Batman.
true. Well, no, I was thinking specifically the Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
Oh yeah.
So I was thinking like, oh, so like this Joker is you know, that whole thing, and it's gonna, the reason why we didn't see the, you know, Bruce Wayne actually getting shot, aside from the fact that we've seen it 1.5 billion times, and they went the Spider-Man route of not showing Uncle Ben getting shot again.
I
Finally,
need to see him. How many times we gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
And is because of that. Is because like, oh, it was the Joker riots that killed Thomas and Martha Wayne. But obviously, you know, either they didn't reveal that, or that's not going to happen at all. 'Cause I feel like that's like I feel like that is like my pet conspiracy theory, because there's really no evidence to back it up. I'm just like, oh,
I mean, you could totally
neat.
argue that. Like, let's say it's happening, and as the riot's happening, they're leaving the theater. You know, so you can totally add that in and just be like, crazy person got shot, and he was directly responsible for it. Who knows?
That's why it's my pet conspiracy theory, because it's plausible, but there's not much like in movie evidence to support it.
I guess
There's not a lot of like oh yeah, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is you know running around causing trouble and shit.
Yeah, because also at that point, if he's already like 30, he'd be what, like 60 when he's running around as Batman? Because Batman's like
50
30
at
or
least.
something. Yeah, right.
At least.
Because Batman would be 25, 30, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was already old as fuck. So
10. Oh, I guess the minimum would be 10 years, huh?
I mean,
The bare minimum, because like he was like what, 10 in the Joker, Bruce.
let's assume he's 10, right?
10 years.
How old was Arthur? They never really said. He was like 30.
He was
or
like
something, right?
he was like yeah, like
Almost
30.
40?
He was like 35.
Let's just give him a 25-year gap, right?
Okay.
So then he'd be a minimum of 50 if Batman's turning Batman when he's like 25, which would be around
now. Yeah.
Robert Pattinson right now. Well, Robert Pattinson's 35, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I
He's
get
like
you.
the
I get you.
younger Batman or whatever.
Younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah. The basically the other film is like the whole Bat Fam, like the whole Bat Fam running around, you know, doing shit.
That car chase scene though was
Okay. I love. Okay, so
From
we
the
talked about
beginning to the end.
so good, dude. When Penguin looks in his rearview mirror and he's like,
I got you, yeah, I got you, and then boom, 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 slams into him, and you see him. The fear in his eyes was palpable, dude. I'm getting fucking goosebumps just remembering it. I swear. I nearly fucking cried at how beautiful this scene was. I was like, yes, this is like, it's popping right off the comic book pages to me. And I'm like, this is what I wanted. I didn't even know I wanted this. Like, even though I knew what happened because of the trailer, the trailer, he knocks him over and stuff, it was so fucking beautiful from the beginning of him going, boom, and they're like, boom, and then the car kind of stalls, and they're like, huh? And then boom, and it turns back on because, of course, inexperienced. He's, it's all testing stuff out.
Yeah. He's still like, oh,
the prototypes.
He just barely finished building that car too.
Yeah,
like you see like the mechanic shit, like the engine in the Batcave and shit.
Yeah, like he hasn't finished. It's not fully fleshed out.
I love the tiny detail that like Batman didn't build the Batcave.
Mm-hmm.
He repurposed like an abandoned underground like place already, and like he just installed doors and other shits like.
Yeah. Because it's like, come on,
good.
the contractors and stuff like that. It's like, no, just use an existing one that's been abandoned.
Yeah, and then you just
Makes
add
sense.
shit to it, and then over time, eventually, it starts looking more and more different.
Exactly.
It's like, that's like the perfect take on the Batcave. It's like,
none of this MacGyver bullshit where they're like,
yeah,
Lucius, I'm gonna buy this huge place, and now you're gonna work and build me stuff here. It's like, okay, sir, I don't know why I'm building you so many bat-themed things. You're certainly not the Batman. Oh, you. But yeah, it like the car chases when he's flying, and how you're like, how is he gonna get him? He's now behind trucks and stuff, and you're like, oh shit, how's he gonna get him? How's he gonna get him? And then he switching between gears, switching between cars, and then slamming through, landing, hitting him, and then the Penguin. The cinematography though in the car too, when he was going like, like you actually hear him,
and it's like.
Because you know how usually you just hear, usually in action films, you just see the car tumble, flip, fall. But in this one, you see him inside of it going like, inside of the car flipping around as a person would, going like, ow.
And he's like holding the roof of the car.
Yeah, because you're like, I'm going to fucking fall. It's not just like, the car tumbled and I just got out. I got a couple of scratches on my face, so that means I'm a little hurt. He's like, in there, and he's like, I can't even fucking move.
He's got like a concussion and shit.
Like, why are they asking him and interrogating him? He's got brain damage already. And then they tie him up, and it was crazy how that other mystery, which is like the detective shit, where he's like, la rata con alas or something like that, right? Whatever it was. He's like, you're a rat with wings. That's a penguin.
Rata alada.
Rata alada. Yeah. And it's like, it's a rat with wings. Like you, a bird, a penguin. That's you. It has to be. He's like, no, I'm not the fucking rat. And then you're like, Penguin could have been the rat, but I thought he was the rat the whole time. That's what they're pointing to. And he's like, I'm not the fucking rat. What are you, crazy? You know what they do to me? And then you're like, it seems in character for Penguin to be the rat because he'd do anything to save his own skin. But then you realize when they tell you, when he goes, I'm not the rat, and then they piece together that he's not the rat, then you're like, then who's the rat? I don't know who the rat still is. We still don't know. Like, that was another mystery.
So I have two parts on this. And this mystery completely blindsided me because it turns, let's just put it out there, it turns out the answer is Falcone.
Yes.
The Falcon. From the beginning,
the Falcon.
The Penguin red herring didn't get me. I was from the beginning. I was like, it's the Batman. It's the Batman. Rat with wings.
I was also
immediately
thinking that too.
From the start. I was like, the second that clue came up, I was like, oh, it's the Batman. But Batman. And then they know they still give you the Penguin red herring. They still give you the Penguin red herring, so like you get confused, and so you're like, yeah, of course, it's the Batman. And then they do the double twist. It's like it's the Falcon.
Yeah, and you're like, Jesus Christ, he set this up all by himself. Like you thought this was. I was like, wait, why is he reporting to them? Is he working for them? Like, they work for him, and you're like, everything's been crooked all along, and then everything unfolds where they're like, he killed him, and then he told him to rough someone up. Instead of roughing him up, he had him killed. Now he has that dirt against him. He wants to shut down the billionaire fund. $1 billion that are not with no oversight. Fuck no. So we're gonna kill him too. After we orchestrate his death, we're gonna keep using the $1 billion funds, distribute to ourselves, make up a big racket. You know what? We're going to pretend there's some reform and change, make a big drug bust. They take the fall. It was me all along. Yeah. Oh, see? Like, it stacked perfectly. That perfect deck of cards just went.
Yeah.
The dominoes will fall like a house of cards. Checkmate.
But yeah, but that's why I say
Perfect.
this has a lot of rewatchability, at least to me, like more so than Dark Knight, because I mean, like it's what we've started. To me, it's from the perspective of like spoilers.
Mhm.
If I got this movie spoiled for me, like I knew the answers to everything beforehand, like someone told me the whole plot, I would have still enjoyed it just as much. I know I do, because I'm going to watch it once it comes out. Yeah. Once it comes out, like on that, I'm like, I'm pretty sure. I obviously haven't done it yet. Can't know the future, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy it just as much as I did the first time. It's just I don't know. It's a better Batman film, and I feel I feel like, okay, if The Dark Knight is a good film, but not a good Batman film, this one is a good film and a good Batman film. It's like both.
Yeah.
Which is why I feel it has more rewatchability to me than The Dark Knight. Because if I just want to watch a good film, I mean, there's dozens of good films.
Go
I
watch
can
Schindler's List.
Yeah, exactly. I just watch Schindler's List. If I want to watch minorities getting tortured,
If I want to watch Jews dying in the Holocaust,
exactly.
Throw in some popcorn, throw in the old VHS of Schindler's List, and start drinking some whatever to drink my cares away as I watch these Jews get tossed into the old furnace.
Like fucking Putin watches Saddam Hussein's a beheading video or whatever.
No, didn't he get hung? I think Hussein was.
Or it was he watches like some Middle Eastern dictator,
beheaded.
like when he got dragged out into the streets and like the people just.
I think that was Gaddafi.
Gaddafi,
He
yes.
got the shit beat out of him,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they were
yeah.
pissed and beat the fuck out of him. Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, Putin rewatches that like every other night or some shit, because like he's super afraid of that happening to him.
I mean, with him potentially threatening World War III right now, I would very much like for that to happen to him.
Honestly.
Yeah, it's fucked up, and it sucks too. Because
I'm not saying I advocate for people to do it, but I am saying that
it would be posted on r/oddly satisfying if it was.
Yes, oddly satisfying.
The first not safe for work oddly satisfying post in a while, So, yeah, watching a dictator get the shit kicked out of him, and it's messed up too, because it's not like it's not the Russian people's fault, but they're the ones who are gonna feel it the most.
Yeah.
As I saw someone say in a comment, they said the Iron Curtain is up once again. McDonald's pulled out, Coke stopped, Pepsi stopped,
BP.
Like they took away like the sodas and stuff, but to their like in all fairness, they left the average commodities and stuff like that. So like bottled water, kids stuff, because obviously it's not the like you can have peasants revolting when they have like the basic food and water, because if they're completely starved, they're just gonna die. You give them just basic food and water, but they're like, we don't have any of our luxuries anymore. We don't have like fucking money. Like Monopoly money at this point is worth more than a ruble,
honestly, because
you buy a Monopoly money set and then it's worth like 30 rubles, and then in the next few hours it's worth like 300 rubles, whatever it is.
So
Roblox is more
Reddit gold.
Reddit gold, and the Roblox currency is worth more than the ruble right now. So like I said, it's fucked up for the people, because what are they going to do realistically? There's Russian kids being sent to the front lines, and they're like, I didn't even want to be here, and then they're calling
deserting.
their moms. Yeah, and then the mom's called with like the Ukrainian, and then the mom was like, what are you doing down there? And she's like, oh, I got drafted into the army. And she's like, are they treating you well? Yeah. Oh, your brother didn't get drafted. He's a doctor. And then they're like, some bullshit. Come on, lady. Like,
God damn it. Your son's about to die.
I mean, no, because when the Ukrainians capture them, they're not going to kill them, because they're not as terrible as the Russians who have been bombing children's hospitals and shit.
Like
they're not going to execute prisoners of war.
They're not prisoners of war, but like when the Ukrainian kid like walked into the police station, like there was this one kid who was just lost, like he got a little bit separated, and so he just like walked into like a police station, like, hey, can y'all help me? Like literally just like a normal lost teenager, like fucking 17-year-old, like going in there like,
I need help.
I don't know where to go. Can you help me?
Yeah.
And then the police were like, yeah, just they're helping him out. But like, I mean, not everyone is going to be like a deserter like that. They're just going to be forcibly drafted, and they're going to be like, they're not going to know that leaving is an option, because they're like, oh, if I leave, I'm going to get executed. That fear is gonna stick with them. Yeah. And so those people are going to die. The ones that are too scared to like desert, basically. Yeah. Deserting gives you a chance of survival, because you're away from there, and like the Russian government can't get you. You're like in Ukraine now, or like in Poland, preferably. But like the people who stay out of fear because them or their families or something's going to happen to them, well, they're probably going to die because, I mean, obviously, you know, they're going to have to shoot at Ukrainians, and the Ukrainians are going to have to shoot back. Yeah. You know, they're not going to kill prisoners of war, but you know, let's not sugarcoat it either. Yeah. They are going to kill a bunch of Russian soldiers, and that's kind of what they have to do in order to maintain kind of the stability of Ukraine. Yeah, they have to run the streets red with Russian blood. Yeah.
They just passed that law in Ukraine where it's legal for them to shoot Russian invaders, like for citizens to shoot them. Yeah. So you know, if they come up on there, but it's also sucks because, you know, when they're shooting at you with a tank, you know what exactly you're gonna do.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy was filming the tanks coming down, and he got fucking shelled at. Yeah. It was insane, dude. Absolutely insane. But
and now we can go volunteer. We can go to Ukraine and volunteer as American citizens.
I propose this. Kyle Rittenhouse went across state lines to protect some stuff, right?
Yeah.
How about I will gladly pay for his ticket.
Send our best warriors.
Let's send our best warriors. All the people in the convoys right now bitching about freedom. All the people in Canada bitching about freedom. All those
go to Ukraine
and dumbasses who are like have guns. Go to the front lines right now in Ukraine, okay?
Fighting for freedom? Go to Ukraine, fight for freedom. Literally. What you doing?
Exactly. Yeah. But then you remember that the Republicans are all Russia gobblers, Russia ball gobblers right now. There's been a lot of people posting on Facebook like, "Oh, Ukraine is the aggressor,"
because
and shit like that.
They love dictatorships. Like that's what republicanism is, basically.
Well, no, because the Russian misinformation has gotten them so much. That's why. Because they still have like Russian troll farms and stuff.
Yeah, but like pretty clearly when like during Trump's era, we saw that like Republicans generally like dictators. Like they like the dictator aesthetic. Yeah, like they just want it to be like, yeah, exactly. That's why, like, look. You want to know who's really on the left and who's really on the right? Look who's supporting Putin right now.
Honestly,
like, because like there's a lot of like leftists on Twitter who are like Hassan. They're super pro Putin, and it's just like, come on.
He says pro Putin.
He's basically like making excuses. He's like shilling Russian propaganda on his stream.
Crazy.
Yeah.
How long ago
though? When it started. Since it started.
Oh, okay. Because I know when it started, there was a lot of misinformation going about because, like, you know, I remember him saying, "Oh, there's no way they're gonna attack. There's no way they're gonna attack," and then they attacked, and then insert Curb Your Enthusiasm music, dun dun dun. You know. But
even till now, he got asked one specific question where it was like, so with what Russia's doing compared to what NATO is, which one do you think? Would it be imperialism if Ukraine asked to join NATO? Which I mean, we kind of do, not through NATO, but through other means. How do you call it? Would it be imperialism if Ukraine asked to join NATO? And he was like, yeah, of course it is. And he's like, then why isn't Russia invading Ukraine considered imperialism as well? And he's like, no, that's not imperialism. It's a completely different thing.
Yeah. I remember seeing that clip too.
Yeah, and there's like just a consistent through line of this kind of thing, and it's just like and Hassan, we're kind of calling out Hassan because he's like the biggest, but there's a lot of people like that.
Yeah,
there's like a lot of like.
I mean, all the tankies right now are frothing at the mouth. They're like, this is the best thing that's ever happened, and you're like,
yeah, they just like red imperialism or red what should we call it? What is it? Red
imperialism? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, red imperialism. I don't know what to call it. Red dictatorships. I don't know. Yeah, red fascism. That's what I'm looking. That's the word I'm going. Red fascism. Red fascism. Yeah. Oh yeah, Avash is beefing with J.K. Rowling.
Why?
Because J.K. Rowling called him out because like he basically posted something pro-trans, like just like general support or something like that.
She could have gone down in history as the best-selling author who shut the fuck up, but no, she had to go out and be like, trans women are not real women. I stand with TERFs. Get fucked. And everyone's like, but what about the magic? And it's like, fuck you and your magic.
Yeah, fuck your inclusivity. Like she hates poor people too.
And Jews. That's why she made goblins the bankers.
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling hates the Jews. Remember that. You saw it here first.
Always remember.
Never forget. 9/11 was caused by J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling wrote Sorcerer's Stone. 2 years later, 9/11 happened. Coincidence?
I think not.
I think that's
it.
yeah. Okay.
We're broke till Friday. Goodbye, my friends. We'll see you next week. Now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday. Goodbye, my friends. We'll see you next week. And now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday.
I love skiing on this.
Oh no, Edward. Okay, we're gonna cut that. Start again. Fuck. Okay.
Bloopers.